What's up, people? So I just want to make this video, very chill video, talking about a topic that's been on my mind for a while now, and that is that I think we're in like a transitional phase, and it relates to anime, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But like, it's a transitional phase, I think, in terms of entertainment, and I'll just give you like examples. Like Jay Leno left the Tonight Show. Granted, he's left before, and then he came back, but he left, and one of the reasons he said as to why he was leaving at this time is because I mean, he's an old guy, so I mean, obviously, networks need to cater to younger audiences, which is why they hired Jimmy Fallon to, host the Tonight Show, and so yeah, it's definitely a generational shift that I think is going on. Not just with television, which I don't really watch much of. The only reason why I know about Jay Leno is because the YouTube front page popped out like his goodbye speech, and but also with movies and stuff. Like if you take a look at Disney and the stuff that they're acquiring, like they acquired Marvel, they acquired Star Wars, and those are very like special effect heavy franchises that they're going to be using to just market the shit out of. But also like just their stories, the movies that Disney makes, and how their stories are different. Like they're no longer about like these damsels in distress sort of things. Like people are more autonomous and they're more independent, and there's a push for freedom and just being your own person and all that stuff. What makes this interesting, and it directly relates it to manga and anime, is that the westernized sphere of entertainment doesn't translate to the Japanese or the anime-centric sphere of entertainment. What's popular in one sphere isn't necessarily going to be popular in the other. I mean, that's a fact. And what greater example of this than One Piece? Now, the way the transitional phase translates over to the mangaverse, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, anime mangaverse, is that Bleach and Naruto, two of the three mainstream mangas, are reaching their conclusion. Their ending is on the horizon. And I don't know what Kubo plans on doing after his series finishes, but Kishimoto, initially I would have said that Kishimoto was just going to end Naruto at part 2, and that was it. But the way that he's been structuring and just extending some of these chapters, especially just near the end of last year with Obito and the flashbacks and all those things, I definitely think he's becoming aware that if he ends Naruto, I mean, that's it. Like, there's no more cash cow. There's nothing that he can extend unless he thinks about a part 3, which I think at this point, I definitely think that he's thinking about it. I'm not sure if he's going to follow up, but I think like that's a possibility, because that becomes really scary, just to end a project that you've been working on for so long. It's your life's work pretty much, and then just thinking about an end, it's like it becomes really intimidating and it's scary, and you have to think about what you're going to do and all these things. So even if there's a Naruto part 3, like these waves of popularity tend to die down eventually. I mean, GT wasn't as popular as DBZ for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that popularity does tend to go down if there's a third installment. Unless it's incredibly good, and even then it takes a while to build up the wave, just make the wave resurface. But I do think that one of the best ways to remain popular is just to give people enough, time to miss the series. Just stop the series for a while, let people miss it, and then when you come back to it, or when another installment comes, then you got people thirsty for more. But even then, there's a lot of factors that you have to take into consideration, because like popularity sometimes is just so sporadic. It's like Attack on Titan, right? That came out of nowhere. Like the amount of popularity it gained and the amount of time it had to get it is just absolutely insane. Then again, that doesn't happen very often. And if you think about it, like what's even more incredible is that Attack on Titan got popular without even being on American television, which is the way that Bleach and Naruto got mainstream. Or were able to become mainstream. I mean, One Piece failed because of the 4 Kids stuff, but you know what I mean. What I'm trying to get to with this is that if you hold to the belief, as I do, that nothing, in terms of history, nothing happens the same way twice, then that leads you to conclude that this notion of what we consider or know as the big 3 is circumstantial. It's just something that happened this way, and it's not going to happen the same way in the future, meaning that there might be some other very popular anime and manga in the future, but they're not going to be popular the same way, because for one, and they can't, because for one, television doesn't have the amount of power it had when Naruto and Bleach blew up. I mean, I'm not saying that television isn't still a popular medium. It is. I'm just saying that if it doesn't hit the internet, if people don't start sharing memes and stupid shit about the specific series all over the internet, the popularity, even if it's big on TV, is just super limited. My hope for the future is that, you know, a couple of years down the road, that maybe this whole like big three thing is no longer there. That maybe we could be talking about having like a big four or even a big five. You know, because people are more open to other stuff and other genres and other things. Here's a problem with that idealistic point of view of mine, though. And it's really problematic because as of right now, I don't really see that openness from a lot of anime fans. I feel like everybody is okay just liking the stuff they already like, and that's it. For whatever reasons, you know, they're just like, you know, and you see that you see that even within the big three, you know, it's like people don't want to get into One Piece. Why? Because the art is really childish and, you know, they look really goofy and I don't want to do that and it's super long. Fuck that. I love my Naruto. So if that's just within the big three, can you imagine, like, you know, just recommending like another anime to people? Be like, who the fuck are you? And it's so sad because there's some really good series. Like Hunter x Hunter, a lot of people know about it, right? But see, look at my channel. The Hunter x Hunter video that I made that has the most views is one in which I put in the title and I was comparing it to Naruto. What does that tell you? Nobody hears some of you guys going like, why do you care so much about popularity, Stoya? Why do you care? Why? Go for quality, man. Quality is where it's at. And I'm like, well, okay, first of all, round of applause. You know that popularity is not an indicator of quality. So, pat in the back for you. And it's true, you know, it's just fucking true. The reason why I'm bringing this up in the first place is because as a reviewer, okay, there's an unwritten rule that says that usually, not always, but usually, as a reviewer, you're kind of dependent upon the content that you review. Because as much as I would like to fool myself into thinking that people come to my channel because I'm a swell guy, and some of you do like me because I'm a swell guy, so I appreciate that, but not all of you do, and that's perfectly fine. That's understandable. That is okay. I don't have a problem with this. The only thing I'm trying to explain is if a lot of people go to your videos because you're talking about shit that they care about, meaning consequently that if you're talking about shit that they don't care about and they don't care about it because they don't know about it, bye-bye. No, but seriously though, it's really depressing. Have you ever gone to those channels that have like a little bit over 1,000 subs and then you look at their videos and they have like 10 views per video? That is really disheartening. That cuts you to the core, because especially when you're putting in work in the videos, you know, you're putting clips, you're editing that stuff. It is just so disheartening. But it's not necessarily like anyone's fault, you know? And this is a really good way of leading into my final point. So somebody sent me a PM to a link to a channel here on YouTube. It's called SourceFed Nerd. Yeah, SourceFed Nerd. And they're affiliated with Phil DeFranco. I think it's part of like the Phil DeFranco company that he established or whatever the fuck. And SourceFed Nerd, like, you know, every so often they post up like anime-related videos, and basically what they are is like there's a guy and there's a girl, and they do these like sort of first impressions on anime series. They watch the first 2 episodes and they give like their overall view of the entire sort of series, I guess, which is kind of a little bit weird. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of a jealous motherfucker. So when I saw that they were getting like over 100,000 views for their first impressions, given that they only watched 2 episodes, I'm over here like marathoning Hunter x Hunter, you know, not that I mind it because it's an amazing series, but I marathoned the shit out of that series and made sort of like an arc review for each arc, kinda, and I'm like, I don't get anywhere near 100,000 views, and these guys are just sitting there going like they're talking about Naruto, the first 2 episodes of Naruto, and they don't even know who Sasuke is, and they get more views than I do. I'm a jealous motherfucker. I'm sorry, that was so stupid. I apologize. Anyway, the guy who sent me the PM about this channel, he was saying that he was really upset, okay? He was really upset because they had called Kill la hentai. And so I went and watched the video. By the way, yeah, free advertising for that channel. Go, whatever, fuck it. So they were calling Kill la hentai, and I watched the video and I thought to myself, I mean, it's kind of obvious that they don't necessarily know like a lot of what they're talking about, so why would they call Kill la hentai? And then it just came to me. Go to the YouTube search engine and type Kill la Kill hentai. What's one of the first results that you get? Isn't it not one of their videos? Isn't it like one like with Kill la Kill, like the girl from Kill la Kill in a very provocative outfit? Isn't it not? Which means that everybody who's a pervert on YouTube who is searching for Kill la Kill hentai, who is stupid enough to be searching for Kill la Kill hentai on YouTube, is gonna see that fucking thing and click on it. And there you go. It's an economic reason. And I'm not acting like I'm holier than thou because I do that shit too. But I'm just saying that that might be an explanation as to why they needed to say hentai in the video so that they could put it in the title and, there you go. Lots of views. A lot of hentai lovers. Their Soul Eater review has Blair like semi-naked on the thumbnail. It's like, it doesn't take a fucking genius to understand what they're trying to do. So that's it. I would really appreciate you giving me your thoughts about just what do you think about like popularity in general and how it relates to anime. Specifically, maybe like, not under a big three construct, but just in general, and how you see the future of anime, like, just by taking into consideration that Bleach and Naruto are ending. But I also think that one thing that needs to be taken into consideration is if a series is ongoing or not, because if it's already ended, as good as it may be, a lot of people, just the fact that you have new content every week for an ongoing series makes it more probable that they'll be popular. So just keep that in mind with your comments and stuff. One last thing I wanted to say, and it relates to Hunter x Hunter really quickly. So, you know how Togashi is on hiatus? I kind of get the feeling that one of the reasons that he doesn't come back is because he doesn't enjoy drawing as much. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that a lot of people call him out on the art and how it's like really, really crappy. So with this in mind, I thought about it, like, couldn't he get in contact with the anime studio that's in charge of making the 2011 anime and then help them with the storyboards, but then giving the studio information and insight about what he wanted to do in the manga so that way people, follow the story through the anime instead of the manga. And that would be the canon story that Togashi always wanted to tell, instead of him actually sitting down and writing out chapters, which a lot of people don't read anyway because they're put off by the art. I don't know, that's just an idea I had. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye.